12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
It's been 30 years of joyfulness. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News. The Midday News is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM here in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and on myjoyonline.com. We are also live in all 16 regions of Ghana via our various affiliates, live on X Spaces, on YouTube and on Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up. You heard the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP, Bernard Inchibwesiako, crying out following a failed attempt by operatives of the National Security acting on a search warrant to invade his home.
He was surprised. He had not taken his bath. He had not eaten. So he said he wanted to do all those so that when he comes out and we have to take him to the police station, he'll go with them. And in between that time, the police received a call from above that they should leave for us to bring him on Monday.
We'll be live on the grounds for the very latest. Also, the MPP General Secretary has described Alfred Abebiokumi's alleged arrest by the National Security operatives as disgraceful and a violation of his rights, as he links it to his petition to President Mahama calling for the dissolution of the 5-member committee investigating the suspended Chief Justice.
According to the right, they broke into the house. They have destroyed his doors and they used the back of the gun that they were holding to hit a woman who lives in the house. It's a disgrace to our country. It's a disgrace to rule of law, and it's a shame.
And as the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono appears before the 5-member committee to respond to the allegations against her, the former Attorney General has described the entire process as unconstitutional.
But how can it be that Justice Foreman will give 4 judgments in favor of one of the petitioners in the matter and be appointed as the chairman of this committee? The process has been laden with grave violations of the Constitution each step of the way.
Minority Islam's finance minister for failing to release statutory funds 5 months into the new government, accusing Dr. Atuforsin of egregious breaches of Ghanaian laws.
The government stands in breach of Act 936 of the Local Governance Act, and the reasons are not far-fetched. The whole of this year, not even a penny has been paid in terms of common funds.
And in sports, it's second versus fourth as BBN Gold Stars face Asante Kotoko in their chase for the Premier League title.
There is 5 miscarriages, now a mother of 3. The inspiring journey of Yehovah Adum, who balances multiple responsibilities and serves as a pillar for others, is our story for today's series on celebrating motherhood.
You held my hand.
The Bible makes me understand that none shall be barren. Therefore, I'm not going to be barren. I'll have my children. And trust me, I'm going to have 3 children, and 3 children I have.
I am Hannah Odame. I bring you details of these and more in this bulletin. Now, a combined team of police officers and the National Security operatives few hours ago stormed the residence of Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP, Bernard Inchibwesiako, popularly known as Chairman Wuntumi, to execute a search warrant. The search warrant cited by Joy News indicates the operatives were authorized to conduct a search of his premises. However, the specific reasons behind the search remain unclear at this time. Listen to Mr. Wuntumi during the attempted search.
Because they said the one we never president in T. Ghana need no. Ghana for Musorio. Ghana for Musorio. And before you know Musorio. And before you know Musorio. I am Munti and I'm Mahama MC. Be vice president to that. Me, my don't board to da. Me, my DCO da. Me, my minister da. I am chairman in media. And I want to make campaign in Mammy. I'm not my campaign, my party, and I'm here, Juma. 2013, we are about the boom, Juma. Mubaye, my topping, my Juma, my count to far, be Didia was one. Me, my count to crab, be Didia was one. 7 p.m. in my school fees, a crab higher thing. What you say? Muslim de monsa to my account so and you know na sabe me sika na befa me ho.
So Nanaya Ojima has been speaking to the lawyers of Mr. Wuntumi, but before we get to that, there's a related development to the story, and the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Kodua Frimpong, has strongly condemned the alleged arrest and harassment of Alfred Abibiokumi by individuals believed to be national security operatives, describing the incident as disgraceful and a blatant violation of his rights. Thankfully, we have the General Secretary on the phone lines with us to update us on this particular incident. So tell us, is Alfred Kumi free from custody as we speak? Yeah. Can you hear me, please? General Secretary of the NPP?
Yes.
Great. Thank you for your time. I was asking that, is Mr. Alfred Kumi free from custody?
No, as I speak to you, he's still at the NIB office.
So what briefing have you received after his arrest?
Well, we have been denied access to him, myself and his lawyer. But what we know is that he's being kept at the NIB office, Kakudi. But we have not had access to him. And when we went there in the morning, we were told that we can't have access to him unless we go to their head office at the immigration area. So we proceeded to go to the immigration office, and we filled all the necessary forms, only to be told that the person to give us the clearance for us to go and visit him at Kakudi has gone to Kaswa, and he will be back at 2 p.m. So we are waiting for the 2 p.m., then we will go back there to listen to what they have to say.
Okay, all right. So whilst you wait for that, tell us briefly what you know about the arrest of Mr. Kumi this morning.
Well, it's very unfortunate. In the morning, he called me around 6 o'clock and told me that some men with ammunition have come to his house. So I asked him, whether he could identify those men. He said, well, he was inside, but they abandoned on his gate. That's okay. Just hold on, send me your location, I'll come to your house. And on my way to his house, the wife called me that Adenta to me came out because of the noise and the scene that the men were creating. So as I got to the house, he had already been picked up. But I was able to get video footage of those who went there and the cars that went there from the wife. I think they took videos of what transpired over there. Then afterwards is what I've just narrated to you, that we went to the Kakudi office. But since the NIB have not been able to give us the reasons why he has been arrested and detained, then one's mind will always just be to the petition that he wrote to His Excellency the President. And if that is the case, and which I want to believe that is the case, the reason why he has been arrested and detained, then it's an insult and affront to our democracy as a country. Because if a responsible citizen will write a petition to His Excellency the President, the petition has not been acknowledged, the person has not been invited to respond to the petition or be interviewed, but rather the NDC government under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will resort to intimidation by using the state security, then I'm afraid.
Now, you mentioned the wife when you were giving this briefing. There are reports that his wife miscarried. Can you confirm that for us?
Yes, I've had discussion with the wife, and indeed it's true. It's a very sad thing that has happened today. In the midst of the trauma, she suffered miscarriage.
Okay. Now, there's also the episode that happened this morning in the home of Chema Wuntumi. What briefing have you received with regards to that one?
Well, that one too is also a clear indication of the intimidation being perpetrated by this government. Chema Wuntumi received an invitation from the CID office on the 19th of May, inviting him to appear on the 21st. Chema Wuntumi subsequently wrote to them that for medical reasons, he can make himself available on the 25th of May 2025. Then, surprisingly, today, many uniformed police and military men went to his house with an attempt to arrest him. And he inquired from them, why are they coming to arrest him? Why are they coming to his house? Because for all that he knows, there was an invitation for which he has responded that he will make himself available on the 20th. So why the need for them to come to his house? Only for them to respond to him that they have been directed by their superiors to bring him to Accra from Kumasi, which he said, no, there was no way that he's going to appear, or there's no way that he's going to go with them. And there was this back and forth with them and the security. Then I got to know that to his house. But as I speak to you, that my information that I've gathered is that they have escalated and have gone back. So therefore, I want to believe that Chairman Wontumi is safe now.
Now, before we let you go, can you tell us the condition of Mr. Kumi's wife, since you gave us that information earlier?
Yes, I spoke to them on phone. In fact, when I went there in the morning, she didn't even mention it to me. I think maybe she felt embarrassed or didn't know how to communicate to me, only to be told later on that this is what really transpired. So I was surprised, and I even called her to confirm to me, and she said yes. In fact, even in acting, she was a bit resistant or on mentioning or discussing that issue with me. But I heard the mother saying, tell him the truth, tell him what happened. Then she confirmed to me that this is what actually had happened. She has suffered miscarriage as a result of the trauma that she went through.
Thank you very much. We had the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Kodja Frimpong, there. Earlier, we told you that we'll be hearing from the lawyers of Chairman Wontumi, and Nanaya Ojima has been speaking to them.
Because the warrant was for his arrest, not to set. So Chairman Wontumi also has his own security. Okay. If a strange drone flies over, he can disable it. So when it went past, it hit one of the flowers, it fell down, the security guy covered it. And so the presumption was that it's been disabled or damaged. It wasn't like that. It was disabled from flying by the stone. Fortunately, when we went in and brought the drone, you can have the picture, it's working. So there's no issue about it. He was only defending himself. It could have been a bomb. But when I spoke to the National Security Officer Commander, he said they have invited him to come. And due to his refusal, they have decided to come here. And so we have negotiated with them. They have agreed that on Monday we should produce him.
Now, as you may be aware, Alfred Abebio recently petitioned President John Mahama to dissolve the committee probing the removal of the Chief Justice. He cited allegations of misconduct in his petition, which he believes could compromise the integrity of the inquiry. Mr. Kumi alleged that on the 15th of May, after the committee's inaugural sitting, Justices Puaman and Adibu Asiedu, along with Supreme Court Justice Yoni Kolendi, were seen dining with Thaddeus Sori, counsel for the petition, Daniel Ofori, at Santoku restaurant in Accra's airport residential area. Now, he claimed they were overheard discussing matters related to the petition. The president is yet to act on this petition, but a private legal practitioner, Inus Afuseni, says the petition lacks merit.
The whole basis of the petition of Adenta Kumi is the alleged meeting between the justices of the Superior Court of Judicature, and particularly those who are members of the Judicial Committee, if you want, for lack of better word, that has been established under Article 1466 to look into the petition. Now, if indeed, and in fact, the justices of the Superior Court of Judicature sitting on the committee did meet with counsel for the petitioner, one of the petitioners, it goes to fund an allegation of collaboration and conspiracy to do the Chief Justice in and mark the whole process in the sense that you can accuse those people of bad faith. And if those people are acting in bad faith, then they are not fit to be on the committee. That is the basis, that's the fulcrum on which the petition stands. Mm-hmm. If there is no such existent fact, the petition cannot stand on its own.
While the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu is appearing before the 5-member committee probing allegations of misconduct against her in camera, despite her plea before the court to have the exercise conducted in the open. Former Attorney General Godfred Odame, who is representing her in the suit before the Apex Court, says the entire exercise is unconstitutional.
Process has been riddled with a lot of unconstitutionality. The process has been laden with grave violations of the Constitution each step of the way. In the first place, even the President's consultation with the Chief Justice, when he had not notified the Chief Justice of receipt of the petitions, was even unconstitutional. A disparate release we are seeking. Secondly, the manner in which the so-called prima facie determination was made was also unconstitutional. It's an affront to the Constitution. Every citizen of this country is entitled to a fair trial. This process clearly violates every tenet of a fair trial.
Let's move to Parliament now. And the Finance Minister, Dr. Kesalatofo Singh, has incurred the wrath of the minority who accuse him of serious breaches in the country's laws. According to the minority, the minister has failed to release statutory funds like the District Assembly's Common Fund and the National Health Insurance Fund. Speaking to journalists in Parliament, the minority chief whip, Frank Anodompre, warned the District Assembly and the National Health Insurance will be crippled if the funds are not immediately released.
The begging question is, has the government collected the taxes due? Yes, indeed, these taxes have been collected. If you put aside, the begging question is, has the government collected the taxes due? Yes, indeed, these taxes have been collected. If you put aside the DACF, there is also, first of all, the government stands in breach of Act 936 of the Local Governance Act, and the reasons are not far-fetched. The whole of this year, not even a penny has been paid in terms of common fund, DACF. I'm talking about DACF. If you look at the budget, come with me to the budget to, I think, pages 72, thereabout. There you will find an explicit provision that was made, item 388. And let me quote, it says, the Speaker, we have allocated an amount of 7.51 billion to the districts, that is the DACF. Now, it is surprising that for all these almost 6 months, out of the allocation of 7.7 billion, not even a penny has gone to the Assembly. First of all, it is in breach of Act 936.
Well, Frank Anodompre has also warned the Finance Minister that a caucus will come after him with every parliamentary tool at their disposal to ensure these funds are paid.
The begging question is, has the government collected the taxes due? Yes, indeed, these taxes have been collected. If you put aside the DACF, there is also a fund called Health Fund. Health Fund. Now, the Health Fund, as you all do know, is set out to sort out our health needs, the NHIA fund to be very specific. An allocation of some 9.92 billion was allocated. My check tells me no amount has been paid. Then going forward, Get Fund, if you look, there are some conflicting figures, but there is a 4.1 billion allocation to Get Fund. Nothing has been paid. Parliament, the second quarter release that has to come to Parliament, not a penny has been paid. Even before we started this press conference, I checked that account. Nothing has been paid. Now, we all need to bring this matter up and speak to it, because for common fund, the assemblies are denied the oxygen they need to prosecute their.
Now, government is taking action against growing indiscipline in senior high schools as the Deputy Education Minister, Clement Apak, expresses concern about the situation. He's explained that the Ghana Education Service has now allowed secondary school managers to conduct student searches, a practice that was not permitted under the previous government. Additionally, parent-teacher associations, that's the PTA, have been reinstated to their roles as they were before the year 2017. There's more on that shortly, but first, senior high school teachers in Ghana are demanding urgent and drastic measures to address the rising indiscipline in schools. They warn if the situation is not handled promptly, There could soon be reports of serious crimes such as death, rape, and other violent acts in senior high schools. Now, my colleague Maxwell Abgagba joins us in the studio with more on this particular story. So, can you share some examples of the attacks that the teachers have been reporting?
Yes, they mentioned one that is happened at the Christian Methodist High School, where the students attacked the teacher for not allowing them to cheat during WASI examinations. They say one Mr. Ebenezer Kateya was attacked by students in Accra High School for asking them to dress properly. The third one is recently a student at Okes was found in possession of a gun.
So NAGRAT has been able to point out some of the causes behind the rises in these attacks.
Yes.
Give us the pointers.
They say the wholesale admission of all manner of students, some who have clearly failed the BCE into the SHS, the interference in individual school management decisions by politicians and other stakeholders when students are disciplined. 3, they say the inability of school authorities to repeat students who have failed their promotion examinations. And then 4, they say the difficult process that school authorities have to go through to get a student withdrawn from a school. And
they have given the GES an ultimatum. What's that?
Exactly. They gave some recommendations. They're asking that any student found in the possession of any weapon or any kind or shape should be immediately dismissed. School authorities must be given the power to repeat students who have performed below the academic threshold. And then they want a public announcement by the Director General of GES empowering school authorities to immediately dismiss any student who attacks or causes physical injury or any kind to a teacher or any member of staff. Now they say that the public the National Council of NAGRAT calls on the Director General of GES to make these pronouncements public by the 31st May 2025. If by the 1st of June 2025 the GES fails to make these pronouncements, Council mandate the leadership of the union to start series of actions that will ensure that teachers are protected in their schools.
That's about a month from now, so watch out for that. And it's a good time to take a break. Coming up when we come from the break, 5 miscarriages, now a mother of 3. The inspiring story of Yehovah Odame Baden, who balances multiple responsibilities and serves as a pillar for others, is our story for today's series on celebrating motherhood.
You held my hand.
The Bible makes me understand that none shall be barren. Therefore, I'm not going to be barren. I'll have my children. And trust me, I'm going to have 3 children, and 3 children I have.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
Hello, esteemed CEOs. Join us for the highly anticipated 9th Ghana CEO Summit and Expo on 26th May 2025 at Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast, Accra, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This biggest business leadership conference offers actionable insight and strategic opportunities for topmost CEOs and policymakers. This year's theme, leading Ghana's economic reset, transforming business and governance for a sustainable futuristic economy, will focus on transformational leadership to reset Ghana's economy through sustainability, digital innovation, and governance reforms. Be inspired by the special guest of honor, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Key sessions include CEO presentations, masterclasses, keynote plenaries, the CEO Excellence Awards, and more. Register today at GhanaCEOSummit.com to secure your spot. For inquiries and sponsorship, contact 0546 391 970 or email info@GhanaCEOSummit.com. Powered by Ghana CEO Network in partnership with Deloitte, PwC, GIPC, SIGA, Media General, and Multimedia Group. Ghana CEO Summit. Be inspired.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kel, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it. Own it. Live it. Coming soon.
Yeah, welcome back from the break. Mubarak.
Yes, Hannah. So, in sports, Asante Kotoko head coach Karim Zito says he will adopt a new strategy as the Porcupines face second-placed BBN Gold Stars in the Ghana Premier League. Kotoko are unbeaten in their last 4 games and could go level on points with league leaders Nations FC with a win on Sunday.
The approach will be very serious, but we should admit it. We are going to meet one of the best teams in the league. They are very good. Have more advantage by playing at home. So we double our tax seriously in meeting them. So we are preparing ourselves because this is a team that is questioning trying to win the league. So definitely they will never sit down for anybody to stop them from winning the league. And we want to be competitive in the quest for the league. So definitely it will be very tough for both of us.
Before that game, though, later today at 4 p.m., Hearts of Oak will take on Accra Lions at the Accra Sports Stadium. Back to you, Hannah.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Winneba, where the Divisional Police Command has arrested a suspect in connection with the murder of a senior lecturer at the University of Education, Winneba. He is Joshua Arthur, an ex-convict, is alleged to have killed Professor Amedeke and buried his body at the lecturer's home. An opinion leader, John Quay, shares more details.
One boy, fee, atta.
The rumors are true. We were informed that a professor at the university is missing. We searched for him in his home, but we didn't find him. We decided to continue the search in the morning.
We
discovered the body, but waited for the family to confirm it was truly the.
So let's get more from a statement that has been released from the Central Regional Police Command, and my colleague Kwekwa Sante joins me in the studio with some briefs on that.
So according to the statement, the deceased lecturer was reported missing on the 21st of May by his colleagues. The police proceeded to the residence of the deceased where the suspect was found and arrested. Police also discovered some blood stains which were traced to a heap of sand about 23 meters from the house. Upon clearing the sand, a body believed to be that of the missing lecturer was found buried. The body was recovered and deposited at the morgue for preservation and autopsy.
Now, before we go, she wears many hats: a mother, church worker, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and mechanic, all intertwined to fulfill her desires and make a difference in her family and her community. I have been speaking to Yehowa Adom Baden for today's series on celebrating motherhood.
Through every mile,
I declare. This daily routine of declarations and prayers fill Yehowa Baden's vehicle each day as she journeys to drop off her children at school. Once the children are out of her vehicle, she heads to Nkonim Grocery, located on the Pokwasi stretch. Here, she quickly glances through the books and the shelves with her shop assistants.
You take this one and then you take the other one.
With the inspection and briefing over, Yehowa sets off to her other office, where she works as director of His Majesty Haulage. Her recruitment into this role was not only divine, but obligatory.
It's my uncle's about 16 years ago. I was in university, then I came to visit him. And then he says, oh, Namaka, come and work. And I started working as a receptionist, then I moved to secretary, then I moved from stage to stages, and now I'm the general manager. Whoa.
As she tinkers with engines and tools, gives instructions, drive tracks, and keeps records, the day sometimes ends for the mother of 3 after 10 p.m. On days she has the privilege to leave early, which is mostly after the sun has set, Yehowa changes gears, once more. And before we go, we have the trends master and mistress here.
Yes, Hannah.
Well, Hannah, number one in the trends is Chairman Wontumi.
Oh.
I tell you what, social media has never seen Chairman this humble and emotionally distraught.
Yes.
I mean, he's calling for help. Jackie, what have they been saying?
Well, but before that, Justin Frimpong posted on social media telling people that his house has been raided. Now, let me read comments from his post. So, Kojan Sofori says that, so should we leave Adenta Kumi and rush and go there to please hold press conference for us? Wow. And people were asking, should we divide ourselves? Because at the same time, we have two patriots, their homes are being raided and all that. But then, on social media, after we saw a video of Chairman Wontumi saying a lot, but then let me read a comment here. Lambert says that check like right now, Chairman C say Obi Betimino.
Almost like Niedri. Just saying,
and that's it for the midday news with me, Hannah Odame. There's more on myjoyonline.com. Pastor Mensa Otabel comes up next.